Hello everyone, once again I'm Cosmic, and today we're going to be taking a look at an indie title currently in alpha stage of development by the name of Red Solstice, in development by Ironward. So the Red Solstice is a tactical 8-player co-op survival game set in the distant future of Mars. The story goes that in the year 117 AE, which is after Earth, a storm rages across the surface of Mars, a planet now colonized by humans driven from their home planet. Although terraforming is well underway, the alignment of the Martian northern winter solstice, and with the planet's closest approach to the sun, still triggers global dust storms, sometimes lasting up to several weeks. During an exceptionally violent storm dubbed the Red Solstice, the human colonies on Mars lost all contact with a colony known as Tharsis, which is referred to as the capital. Soldiers in the service of the Elysium Corporation, elite marine troops, were sent in to find out what happened to the colony. Now, the game itself is being developed by a studio called Ironward. Now, Ironward themselves are an indie developer based in Croatia. The team have been working on the game for over 3 years now, and they are ready to start pushing the game into the final stages of development. The game has also been greenlit on Steam by the community, so it is definitely set for a Steam release. So as you can see, the game is played from an isometric top-down view of your elite marine. As you will notice that the game has been heavily inspired by such well-known universes as Warhammer 40,000 and the Warcraft 3 mod Night of the Dead. The game's main focus is in its multiplayer aspect, but it will feature, though not currently in the alpha build, a single-player campaign. Now, each standard multiplayer match lasts for approximately 1 hour, depending on if you can survive or if you want to wait it out an hour. You can obviously complete the mission before that hour is up, but that is the time limit that you have. I know I can't survive and often don't make it to the end. So the game is really tough. I mean, it's really tough and it's very unforgiving. Before you start each match, you can select various classes known as combat suits. Not all classes are available from the start, and you can unlock more via the progression experience system. You can customize the loadout of each combat suit, including primary weapons, secondary weapons, equipment, and perks. You gain access to more weapons and equipment as your experience rank increases. Also, depending on what class you choose, you may incur certain buffs for certain weapons. For example, a demolition class will gain a damage buff for using a rocket launcher, and so on and so forth. Now, please do remember that everything you are seeing in this video is alpha footage, and as such, things are subject to change, and this is not necessarily representative of the final product. That being said, of course, you can already tell that the game has a fantastic amount of polish in the alpha build already, which really bodes well for the end product. So you move your marine by using the right mouse button. Now, depending on your class, you will move at different speeds. You can also use the sprint ability for short periods of time to get yourself out of hairy situations. Attacking with your weapon is done by either left clicking or auto attack by hitting the E key. Auto attacking the closest target is essential and becomes almost compulsory, so to allow you to focus on movement and focus on your surroundings. Standing still is really not an option in this game. The game is unforgiving, as I've said, and if you root yourself, you will die fast. You and your squad must keep on the move, and you must only really stop to scavenge supplies. The best way to do this usually is if you have quite a full team of 8, then usually a recon class that moves a bit faster it's best to get them to go into a building and gather the supplies for your team and bring them out to you while you hold off specific enemies headed your way. The game is about survival. Supplies are scarce, ammo is limited, and you can only carry a certain amount of ammo and equipment. So choosing what you take with you and what you carry is absolutely key. There is an array of ammo, equipment, and upgrades available for you to pick up in-game. Some useful to your class specifically, or useful in general, like claymores. Claymores always make everything better. The game also boasts a variety of difficulty settings and game modes, which you can tailor to your multiplayer matches to do what you want to do, be it primary missions, secondary missions, hardcore, etc, etc. The game also features RPG elements, which take the form of two types of levels, one being experience and the other combat suit speciality. The first one gives global bonuses, while speciality gives bonuses specific to your combat suit. As a player advances through speciality ranks, he will gain new armor, components, power-ups and weapons to add to that particular arsenal. So in the multiplayer, you are randomly dropped into one of 6 sectors. You cannot choose what sector you will be dropped in, and there are many missions, and each mission pulls out something different monsters, different objectives. Missions that you get in the game are chosen by your skill and your success so far, and there is also a random factor in there as well, just to throw things up and make sure that each playthrough is replayable and each playthrough feels different. Lighting is also an important factor of the game. There is a scarcity of light and you need light to see what you are shooting. Shooting a target in the dark will cause you to miss a lot and thus waste valuable ammunition. You can find randomly placed power generators in some buildings which will power up the lights for a short period of time, and sometimes will activate sentry turrets which will help your defense. You can also use things like flares to light your path on the streets, and they are often essential to do so, making sure that you can see what is ahead and behind you. Monsters and enemies will try and take down some lighting sources. Some opponents, especially things like human NPCs, will have EMP grenades and such devices, so you really don't want the lights to go out and want to avoid getting caught in the dark. There is also a great variety of enemies in the game, including boss monsters that you will take a lot of coordination and a lot of firepower to take down. Sometimes it's often best just to keep running away from them if you definitely know you can't take them down. There is also some special monsters that can only be hurt by specific types of weapons, so you need to plan how you're going to take down these special monsters very carefully. At the end of each match, whether you die or survive, you will gain experience which will count towards your overall rank and your achievements that you can unlock. It's also fun to see with the game statistics that it provides, how you performed, how many kills you got over other players, and it also causes quite a few laughs. Now, the game is in alpha and it does have great potential. There are currently bugs in the game, and there is some things in the game that do need fine-tuning, but overall, even in this alpha build, getting 8 players together and going through various missions and trying to kill enemies, trying to survive, is an absolute ton of fun. It's a real laugh, especially if you get all your friends over voice chat. It can be a real good laugh. Now, Ironward themselves are currently preparing to possibly start a small Kickstarter campaign to raise the funds to polish the game further and add extra features to the game. You can also buy the alpha build for around $7 from their website, which will give you access to the full release as well. Beta testing is not too far away, and the team are looking to complete the game within the next year, and from the looks of it, even in this alpha build, they are not too far away. I would really highly recommend this game simply for its multiplayer aspect. It's packed full of grim, dark atmosphere. I will leave links in the description below to their main website and where you can buy the game and get your hands on the alpha. That's the preview of the Red Solstice. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time.